Go for it.
Hello and
Hello,
welcome
everyone.
to hello and welcome to the official coverage of the IUPS Team Tour 2022. Thank you for joining us. Alongside me, Dom, we have Reels, our
Hello.
the captain of our winning team 2021. Let's
Yep.
let's
Hello,
just
everyone.
let's not brush over it. Okay, you are the winner of the
Uh-huh.
competition right now. And I assume that means you're wanting to keep your title.
It does mean, of course, it does mean we want to keep our title. We're gunning for the title again, and then I can continue making Imagine Not Winning IUPS Team Tour jokes.
uh, well, what I can tell you for sure is we have a bunch of people ready to talk to us today. I very much hope so, lying in wait in the back. We have all of the Xerneas league captains, apart from a few because, scheduling issues and all that jazz. Uh, but before we go into that, shall we talk about just just a little about what draft actually is? Because some people watching this might be their first draft. They might never have watched a draft before. Oh, volume is a little low. Okay, good. No, it isn't. I knew. But yes, some people might not have been involved in any kind of draft before, especially not a team tour draft. And it can get a little funky when you really think about it. So, maybe a little bit on. Let's start with potentially the different formats that we have going on this year. Um, or maybe prefacing it by saying, "Oh, thank you for loving my voice." Yeah, um, it's gonna be really weird having the chat on one side and like trying to keep this sort of official-ish coverage. I do want to react to all of you, but anyway,
Mm-hmm.
the concept of draft itself. We have a number of teams or players picking a certain number of Pokemon for a certain number of points. You make a team of a certain number of these Pokemon, and you battle to find the victor. This one's a bit more complicated, though, isn't it? You've got a few more sort of. Usually, in a normal draft, you've got one tier. You've got whether it's any number of Pokemon in a tier, or any number of Pokemon in the format in general. This time, we have 5 in total. Let's talk about each of them, because they do have their differences. We start off with BDSP, that's Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, where, of course, all of the Pokemon from those games are available, and latter generations are not. I don't believe Megas are involved in that in any way, are they?
Nope, they aren't involved in BDSP at all. We're just going to be run by essentially the Generation 4 rules, but the BDSP format itself, which is quite different to what you would consider Gen 4 OU. In the fact that we have Defog and we have Fairies, we have a very powerful knockoff. There's quite a few changes that people will need to get accustomed to.
Yeah, definitely. Things like the rapid spin is going to be different from back in the day of Gen 4. And a bunch of different changes to then also, like weather. Weather is also, I believe, not a constant. And then we move on to what I pronounce it swoosh. How do you pronounce it? Swoosh or swish sometimes?
I mean, I usually just say Sword Shield.
Oh
like,
no!
Swish.
Oh,
Swish, I guess is
that makes me
how I'd say it.
It makes me hurt inside. No, I've always said swish or swoosh. That is SWSH. That's the abbreviation that we're using this year for it. That's the Sword and Shield games, the latest meta game out of. We've got a swoosh, a sushi, a swashy, a swish, another swish. Yeah. No swoosh. Okay, a few more swooshes than the swishes. Okay, I figured it would be all of the swish, but fair enough. So our latest generation of games, of mainstream games, of course, there's Legends Arceus, but there isn't particularly a meta format for that. But this is where all of the Pokemon are involved, apart from, banned things like Arceus or some Deoxys forms, Mewtwo, things like that. What are the notable things in that one? Is it just completely up to date?
Which game are we talking about? Sorry.
This is Swish or Swoosh or Sword
Swish.
Shield.
What's notable, like, compared to BDSP or like or like?
Yeah, because we've got it's the everything one, isn't it?
Yeah. So we have, well, it's almost the everything one. We have Megas. We have all the cup moves in our format. We're playing National Dex Legacy, which includes most notably Return and Hidden Power, but there are also other kind of niche moves that we might see from time to time in these drafts. And then, but the most notable exclusion we're going to make is Z moves. We do have a format for Z moves, but Sword Shield is not for it.
Yeah, definitely. Z moves, okay, we're not even having an argument about whether it's called a Z move. I'm sorry, English. Our English powers are no stronger here than anywhere else, but there's no Z moves. It's only Z moves, and they're not in Swish, but they are in Usum. That's how I pronounce this one. Honestly, this first 10 minutes is just going to be me going, I pronounce it like this. Do you pronounce it like that? Yeah, Usum, that's Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. It's USUM, that's the abbreviation for it. Where we've got the Z moves back, and we have not got any Gen 8 Mons in there. So, and just as a flat thing, I don't believe any of our formats this year have any Dynamax in. So even if it was available, it wouldn't be in USM. But
Yep.
what else is notable about USM? Because you've got the Z moves. You've got. Have we got the hidden powers?
We have got the hidden powers. We've got everything in Gen 7, essentially.
Yeah. And of course, that's still when we've got all of the updates to the moves. So all of our generations are dealing with the most modern, moves and abilities in there. The mechanics, basically. Then next up, we've got doubles. Okay. So right out there, not many people know doubles as well as VGC, because VGC is the official Pokemon, format where they have the global tournaments, they have the regional tournaments, they have the nationals, etc., etc. That's the one that the Pokemon Company push. It's the one that they enjoy running. Well, who knows whether they enjoy it or not, but it's the one that they use. Doubles is slightly different in that in VGC you have 4 Pokemon out of 6 that you choose for a battle. In doubles, you use all 6 of your Pokemon. You bring all 6 to a match, and you choose all of them, and it's only one game. That creates a bit of a divided knowledge, really, because things start to change when you've got different strategies, right?
Well, I would say the most important change for 66, it's kind of played at a slower pace compared to 4v4, because you have more things to be able to switch in, switch out, and more ways to generate momentum through those switches. So a lot of the times what you will see is a little slower. Like doubles is still a very volatile metagame regardless, but the gameplay itself will be a bit slower because of the more amount of switches that you can do.
Okay.
And then one other thing about the formats that we're using is we're using national dex doubles, so we don't have legacy for doubles. That's more it's we wanted to have cup moves, but sports doesn't have like a national dex legacy doubles format, so we can only use national dex doubles. So there's no cup moves for doubles this year.
Limited by the technology.
Yes.
Ooh. I think, yes, as has been pointed out in the chat, Gen 8 VGC does allow Dynamax. We do not allow Dynamax in this doubles format. And also, I get the feeling that setup, things like, speed control, buffs in general to allied Pokemon, that's going to be much more important when you've got 6 Pokemon on the field rather than just the 4.
I would say that setup is actually a bit harder in 6v6 because there's more tools for your opponent to deal with the setup, actually. So it kind of just depends on your positioning, how you position your mons to be able to set up correctly and generate the defensive pressure that you need to generate.
Okay. And then our final one is Little Cup. Little Cup, with the abbreviation of LC, is surely it's everyone's favorite, right? We pit little tiny level 5. It's my favorite. It absolutely is. It's my favorite to build for sure. But we pit these little level 5 Pokemon so long it's pronounced licked. Thank you, Waffle King. I disagree strongly, but okay. You take the level 5 Pokemon. I believe they must have an evolution to be able to participate. So an unevolved Pokemon who can evolve is eligible for this tier. There are, of course, some banned mons, as there are in every tier. Ones that come to mind are the ones that I'm going to now, which everyone can see because I'm forgetting. So is Calyrex? Okay, they consider that an evolution.
We ignore that.
Okay, Misdreavus. Honestly, Ghost. Strong.
Misdreavus is banned for good reason, I would argue.
Absolutely. Some notable ones there. Tangela, obviously, it's very strong. Or, oh no, we're gonna get into more pronunciation battles. Tangela, who knows? Let's move away from that screen before
But yeah,
we.
so
Yeah.
I'll quickly I'll quickly go over the intricacies of level 5 battling. Number one, your HP values are very low, so the most important item in the game is Berry Juice, which restores 20 HP once you get below half, which you would never see in any other format. There's no other format where Berry Juice is viable, but LC. Um, Other than that, the intricacies mean that LC has very weird roles, like attack roles, which make it so that it's very hard to play defensively in LC. You have to play offensively. Like LC is a very offensively orientated tier. So for when building, you have to account for that. Make sure you have good amounts of offensive pressure.
So
Good
that's why I'm always
and you
terrible
know
at it. Okay.
yeah. But yeah, it's like EVA like does exist, but LC in general is a very offensive tier because I would say knockoff is one of the best moves in the game, and so is rapid spin. Uh, Especially considering in LC there's a mechanic called stat stat. What was the word? It was like when, like, for example, if you have a base stats of 83 to 93, those all correspond to one single stat point. So if you're, for example, let's say a 19 speed, 80, if you're base 83 speed, base 83 BST for speed, then your high speed stat total is 93 and is 19, and that'll be the same up to 92. It's very hard to
Ouch.
explain in a very quick sense, but that's the generalities of LC, which makes it so speeds are interesting to say the least.
Okay. Nice. In that case, I think we've talked about all the formats. Let's talk about what we're gonna do today, because it's almost time to get our first person in. We're gonna be speaking to all of the captains. We like our captains here. Today is a bit of a slower day than tomorrow because of scheduling. You know how it is, but we have we have 9 wonderful captains to speak to today. We'll get our first one on very shortly. Don't worry, you don't have to panic just yet. We're giving you a bit more time. And we're basically just, going to ask them about the teams this year, about who's playing, about the new universities joining us this year. I'm rather excited, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm quite excited to see all the new teams, and obviously I see how the old teams have changed and adapted to try and beat us this year for sure.
Oh, we love the sort of, you're in a winning position right now, don't you? You're loving it.
Well, well, we'll see about that.
And of course, we have all of the beautiful logos from the teams except the Infernapes. Don't worry, I found a solution. Later on, we'll find that, I believe, tomorrow. Yes, we'll find out the solution to that tomorrow, because they'll be on tomorrow. Monkey. I don't know. I have not used that as the solution. But honestly, I was downloading all of the logos that we've got this year, and oh boy, have they stepped up their game. Not everyone, because Durham exists. Sorry, Durham, but it's bad for a reason. You already know. But some of the logos this year, they have knocked them out of the park. I will make sure to compliment them as they come out. I can't do it for everyone because that
Of
would be.
course.
But yeah, it's very, honestly, look at all of these beautiful things we've got in the side. I know that you're not actually on looking at the same screen as me, but everyone else at home is. Like,
On that note, I'd like to respond to chat a bit. Redo 161, the Cambridge captain says, "I'm gonna get destroyed this year, no cap, probably. Honestly, I don't know. Destroy me then. I'm waiting for you."
Absolutely. The mind games and the trash talk, it's already getting going, and it's only day 2. I think, shall we take a quick look and see what stage each of the drafts are at?
Yep,
Because,
let's go.
if I'm not mistaken, oh wow, that's taken a while to load. Oh, have we got, I believe, Bristol and, if I double check my notes, Bristol and the Crawdons are in 2 different leagues, so we can look at those and
They
see
are.
some
Yep.
differences. Uh, so for BDSP in Yveltal, that's another one that's going to get people on the pronunciation train going crazy. BDSP looks like we're into the 3rd round, which isn't too bad for a for one day in. We're
Mm-hmm.
1 day and 2 hours into the draft, just in case people don't know. Um, Sword and Shield looks like we're 4 rounds in. Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, Gen 7. It
Mm-hmm.
looks like we're also on 3 rounds. Doubles onto 4. And Little Cup, ooh, only on 2 rounds in there. That's going a bit slow. But
Mm-hmm.
don't worry, every player has 8 hours to make a pick, in case anyone doesn't know. And the first round, you've got all the time in the world to make sure that you get your pick right. It looks like in Xerneas, if we go in the opposite direction, oh wow, Xerneas is moving a bit quicker, isn't it? Little Cup's got 4 rounds in the bag. Doubles is on 3. Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, are they on round 7? They have got 6
They
rounds,
are. Yeah.
one and done. Nice.
The Xerneas Ultra Sun Ultra Moon the Xerneas Ultra Sun Ultra Moon division has been flying through the draft.
That's incredible. That'll definitely be done by probably, honestly, maybe even later on
Tomorrow.
tonight, but tomorrow for sure.
True.
Um, Weeks run Monday to Sunday. No, Sunday. Yes, Monday to Sunday. In this here draft tour, so hopefully everyone will be done by Monday. I don't. What are there rules around that potentially? Uh, in terms of starting the games on Monday.
Um, it's probably not going to start because I think we have to wait for every single draft to finish, and by the looks of especially BDSP Xerneas, we're not gonna. That's not gonna happen anytime soon.
Okay. Well, either way, those 2 last tiers, not tiers, formats. Those last 2 formats, Sword and Shield and BDSP, are both on 3-4. That's Xerneas. Very quickly, before we get our first guest on, I was going to say something and then forgot. What was I going to say? This is wonderful hosting, I know. It was something very important. I promise. Well, I will just continue rambling until I figure it out. Unless I can't think of things to say, in which case, I'm sure it'll come up later. Let's let's bring in our first captain. We have
Yep.
Yoshi from the Exeter Executes, our very
Mm-hmm.
first not you know, what's the word?
Our newcomers,
Our
just say
newcomers. Thank
newcomers.
you. Yeah, brain's going a bit. It's only been 20 minutes. You'll love to see it. Let's
Mm-hmm.
bring them in. Ooh, and boop. Hello.
Hello there.
Hello.
Hello.
Lovely to speak
Hello.
to you. Oh, actually, that's what I need to do. I need to whoop and show everyone your lovely logo in the bottom right. It's rather nice. Tell us about it.
Well, initially, what we wanted to do was we wanted to Photoshop our faces into the executes and have our best player be the class execute. But
That's
then we
wonderful.
decided that would be a bit much, so we instead commissioned it. It ended up really good, but
Yeah, it
I
definitely
Both,
wish we had the
yeah.
original plan.
I mean, it looks wonderful as is, but that would have also been absolutely beautiful.
did. I
Mm.
really like the chess pieces. Like it's like you're already playing like 4D chess with us.
Yeah, because it kind of comes from our esports society, because the one who made this also does a lot of things for the esports society, so they kind of based it off the logo for it.
I see.
And I believe Exeter are not just the newcomers in this team tour, but you're also the newest sort of people coming into IUPS in general. Maybe Southampton are also there, but Exeter definitely one of the last two, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, because currently Exeter doesn't have a Pokemon society per se, because we did have it before the pandemic, but because of the pandemic it closed down. So it's currently
Mm-hmm.
like in stasis.
Yeah,
But I've been trying to see what I could do to actually revive it now.
that's great.
Of
It's
course.
really obviously it is our purpose to try and get people back into making Pokemon
Mm-hmm.
societies after the pandemic. It's great to hear that right off the top. You're being the perfect example for everyone. So tell us a little bit about your teammates this year.
Okay, first off, I think I have to talk about Data or Numera.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I believe he is a veteran from York.
He is. He
He's a
is.
veteran from York. Wow.
He is definitely a
Yes,
veteran from York. He's a lovely guy.
yes, he's been kind of like he drafts intensively, like he plans intensively. He has backups to his backups, and he has made around, I don't know, like 5, 6 draft plans.
Wow. He does draft intensively.
sounds like data for sure.
Yeah, like when he gets bored, he just picks a random Pokemon, normally a Mega, and just drafts around it,
uh,
which was always fun to see.
and what about your other
Uh,
members? Who have we got there?
okay, next we have Raisin. He's our World Cup player, and he's pretty cracked at World Cup. I would like to say.
Nice. We like the
Uh,
confidence.
then we have Casual Cutie or Cass. She's an alumni, but she's a pretty good doubles player, and I'm glad to have her.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful. Every team
Um,
is allowed up to, I believe, 3 alumni. Just for our audience, in case you weren't aware, it might be 2. I might be being
No, I
mistaken
don't
ever
think
so
there's a limit.
slightly.
I don't think there's a limit.
There's definitely a limit. I don't know if it's in the rules, but it was it was in the conversations. If it isn't in the rules, then it should have been.
somewhere.
Yeah, it was in the very first announcement. I'm fairly sure. Anyway, next up for you
Sorry.
guys.
Okay, sorry.
No worries.
Next.
Is
Wait.
we've gone through data, casual, cutie, raisin. I believe we've got the guy and yourself.
No. So first, I have to introduce myself. Uh,
As you may.
I am less. My name is Keanu. I'm actually less of a competitive player and more of a Nuzlocke player.
Very
Ooh.
I've
nice.
I've attempted a billion inclement emerald Nuzlocks, if you know that ROM hack.
No,
I've heard it's quite difficult. That's
Yes, so
all I've
like
heard.
my mind just goes
yeah.
to Kaiser whenever I think of Emerald. So
Mm. So what I really like about draft is sort of the team building aspect, which is kind of similar to Nuzlocke's, because once you get to
Mm-hmm.
the bottom rung of our picks, it's very interesting. You gotta work with what you got. You need to
Of
find
course.
the niche Pokemon. You have to find the tech. You gotta find those unburdened techs, or those niche abilities that might actually win you the game.
definitely.
Uh-huh.
And lastly is the guy. He's a he's a very interesting player for sure.
Oh, I'm curious
Uh,
now.
y- yeah. He's a bit of a loose cannon.
Oh, are we gonna
We'll
see
see how that goes.
some strange strats and some wacky builds?
Yes, he will always be drafting very wackily.
I like to hear it. That's someone of my own heart right there. That's exactly how I play the game.
Uh,
Okay.
Well,
th-
that sounds like a wonderful team. Where are your hopes going into this? Are you looking for the top of your group? Are you looking for, sort of midway? What are you hoping for?
um, I mean, for a lot of us, this is our first draft competition, so just placing midway would already be good. But of course, you gotta aim for the top.
Absolutely.
Of course.
Aim high, aim high.
Absolutely.
Definitely. Well, thank you very much for coming to speak to us.
Oops. Thank you for having me.
We wish you the best of luck in
We wish
this.
you the best
Oh,
of luck.
Thank you
absolutely.
very much.
All right. See you later. And there we
Okay.
go. I've server muted him instead of. Well, everyone's going to get server muted and then they'll have to deal with that for a while. It's
Okay.
great to, have new teams coming in. I mean, it's only our second year of doing this, but hopefully, if we keep getting those new teams in, we keep getting new leagues. Yes, it will be a big
Mm-hmm.
drain on the dock, but it just shows the health, the the health growing in our community of people
Yeah.
our ages. You know, you go into university, you're not sure if Pokemon's going to be a big thing. Anyone who's been playing it for all their childhood, the girth of that. Thank
Mm-hmm.
you, chat, for saying that word.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's
Thank
2 days in a row
Oh,
that I've been like, why have I had to hear that word in this context? You've okay.
in this context, are you sure? Okay.
uh, well,
We'll leave it at that.
in a context, I don't want to hear the word girth in a context. Let's be honest. Uh, but it does show that we are growing as a community. That we're making sure that we're giving a bit more support to those universities as we go along. Uh, Dom smells patted on. That's fine. I don't mind smelling. I just don't want to hear the word girth.
Yep. Anyways, so we would like to welcome one of our quote unquote new teams this year. We know Bristol have had a team last year, but obviously this is a completely new Bristol team, and let's welcome their captain, Waffle King 74, captain of the Great. Oh God, I got the name wrong. No, Great Western Raikou. There we go.
Oh, here we go. Okay. Do you want to know something
Hey
fun?
guys,
Hello.
Hi. Hello. Do you want to know something real fun?
love to.
We've got another Pokemon to discuss the pronunciation of. Okay. Raikou or Raikou? Or Raikou?
It's Raikou. It's
Raikou.
Raikou.
um,
Okay.
I'm
what
not.
if
I'm
it's
not hearing anything
Raikou?
else.
Oh, I'm
No,
kind of
it's Raikou. We've been saying Raikou. I'm pretty sure we've been saying Raikou. But most of it's been done over text chat. So if I've suddenly just lost 4 players because they hate how well or how badly I've pronounced it, then I'm sorry. We're gonna have to withdraw.
Well, I think, correct me if I'm wrong. It we know that this is the Bristol B team, like in inverted commas, but
Yeah.
I have a sneaking suspicion that this isn't actually a Bristol B team.
Yeah, because
This is kind of
the Bristol.
a you've got a
This is
mishmash
this
going
is the
on.
A team. This
Nah,
is definitely the A team because the other team is Tom.
you've
So
taken some
this is
free
definitely the B. This is
agents.
definitely the A team.
I think you've taken some free agents from Bath, have you not?
I believe we have somebody from York, and we have an alumnus. But on the Great Western Raikou, we started the team with the idea that we were going to have a free agent from Bath. but we actually haven't. So I'm afraid that's mistaken.
Ah.
We,
My
if I'm
info is
honest, I
outdated.
think the Bristol B team thing is somewhat warranted. What we really wanted to do this year was we wanted to kind of break down the stigma about Pokemon being a kind of thing that nerdy gamer goblins do in their basements. And we've tried to do that across the whole Bristol society, and we've been really successful in that, I think. And we've met some great people from all sorts of different walks of life, and our membership has doubled. And to reflect that, we wanted to
Awesome.
start a second team, basically, and just really encourage people with little to no competitive experience, like myself, to play. And Raf, Raf,
Mm-hmm.
Raf, don't tell them. Raf has been amazing. He's Sinraptor in the chat. In just getting people to play in his tournaments that he's been organising. We don't have that much training. He's telling me that other people don't need to know that, but I'm hoping that by like belittling people's expectations, that they will be caught off guard.
Nice. So you're wanting to promote that kind of. You don't have to, be sort of on the top echelons to have fun playing this. Does that mean that you're playing to have fun, or does that mean you're also playing to win?
I think we are the Raikus, we are the Tigers. We aren't all bark and no bite. Okay, I think we've
Nice.
demonstrated our bite by drafting Garchomp in every single event performance.
Oh my god, no.
It wasn't an intentional coordinated strategy, but it just seems that Bristol is loving the chomp today.
Let's see if I can confirm that.
Also, Chip.
I'm very
Chip
Garchomp.
Chip is giving you some very good information.
Garchomp.
That's all I have to say about that issue.
Yeah, Chip's been great.
I see no Garchomp in doubles. Is Garchomp banned?
No, it's not.
Parker's from York, so clearly the memo didn't get that far.
That makes
but
sense.
if you look at the Bristol Bidoof crew, I believe it's pretty well represented there as well.
Oh, Bristol Bidoof Garchomp.
Wait.
No, you've only
do
got
they have
one
Garchomp and
chomp.
LC?
Ah, no.
Alas, no.
Where's the Gibble at?
Damn, no Garchomp and LC.
I mean, I did think we should just draft 5 Garchomp, 5 Gabite, and 1 Gibble, but some bastard drafted Garchomp, some Waffle King 74. So obviously you can't take another 4.
Oh, definitely not. You can't.
Yeah.
Can't do that to people these days. It's just not all right. But you've got some bite with your bark. Where are you hoping for in this year? Because there's a lot of tough competition. Let's not beat around the bush.
Sure.
There are a lot of strong teams in your group.
I don't think any of us know our limitations yet. I think we've got some people who are actually quietly confident. I know Charlotte has been doing a bit of a grind, and I'm a serial underestimator of myself. I like to sell myself as low as possible, and sometimes I surprise. So I wouldn't write us off just yet. I don't think we're gonna get to the top of the top. But we're here to have fun and to show people that we can play Pokemon. We enjoy playing Pokemon, and we're going to give people a run for their money. So don't walk into a fight with the Great Western Raikou thinking it's going to be a walkover. We're going to do our best, and that's all we can hope for.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us. We will quickly move straight on to our next captain coming on in. The Queen herself for the KCL Kingdras.
Kingdras, yes.
Hello.
The age-old rivalry will continue. Hello. Hello, Lauren.
Oh, I think you might have to unmute. There we
Hello.
go. Hello.
Hello.
It's our Queendra in the house. What's up?
Hello.
Are you hyped as ever?
As usual. I didn't become the KCO hype queen for no reason.
Absolutely. The hype queen can never die. You've got a new logo this year. It's
Mhm.
fire.
We do. How do you like it?
Oh, it's fire.
It looks
it's
really
fire.
nice. It looks really nice. Yeah, I have to agree.
Like last
you,
year's
thank you.
was no slouch. This year,
Yeah,
ooh, is it? What do you think? Is it bettering it? Enjoying the rebrand?
yeah, I love it. Shout out to my buddy at Xenix Design on Instagram. He designed it for us. He's from KCL Gaming Society. But yeah, I think this year, we're a bit more feisty. We're a bit more in it to win it, and I have total faith in my team. What can I say?
You were definitely in
Absolutely.
it to win it last year, though. I'll be honest.
Absolutely. You got to the
Yeah, I mean, we did get to
semi-finals.
semis, so
Sorry, you did get to semis, yeah.
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 You
So,
had.
and I don't think
Yeah.
there's any reason we can't get to the final this year.
Yeah, you came third
Uh,
in the groups. You got 5 wins, 2 losses overall. That is not a bad record. You had the 7th best player in all of the league stage.
hmm
But you
They were
don't have
cool.
him this year.
Yeah, I mean, he's doing big things. What can I say? Busy man.
Moving on to greater and brighter, hopefully. We certainly
Yeah,
Like UCL,
wish.
yeah.
yeah. I mean, there's more to life than just Pokemon.
There is.
There is definitely, but I don't think your team knows that. Look,
Oh, there's okay. We need to, just in
The
case
trash
there's
talk
anyone
is
who
starting.
doesn't actually know why there's trash talk going on. Okay, do you want to explain the rivalry between your two
So
teams?
basically, John is from
It's
this
not
uni
much of a-
called UCL. You probably haven't
it's
heard
not
of
much
it,
of a
but
rivalry.
like, it's not as
Wait,
relevant as
wait,
KCL. I mean,
Lauren.
KCL came
It's
first,
not much of a
so
rivalry. We've been winning the whole time.
but in reality, me and Reels were homies. We're homies. We hang out,
Don't worry, yeah.
we go to Pokemon Go events. Pokemon Go is a great game, even though he doesn't play. But it's about the community, and I have a lot of good friends in
Okay.
UCL. What can I say?
Yes. Of
Okay,
course.
so once the competitive spirit dies down, you're all friends after all.
Yes, we are.
That's nice.
Yeah.
But yep, we have. Anyways, I mean, let's get into your players now.
Yeah,
A lot
so
of them.
my team. Oh, who should I start with? Okay, let's start with Link. Coach
Let's
Link.
start with the people that are repeating this year. Your two members,
Yeah,
Link
yeah.
and Mowgli.
Yeah, Link came
Yeah, my guy, Link.
29th last year, and
He's great.
Mowgli
He's
18th.
always motivating our players, helping them with their team building. Like even now, we're brainstorming through picks, be like, oh, we should take this, or oh, but what about the points budget? And oh, okay, let's think about hazard removal. So yeah, he's really into it, and he's super excited for doubles because it being a new tier for this year. And he's really gotten into draft like over the last year. I think he participated in about
yes.
like 7 leagues more.
Yeah,
I'm
there's
responsible
Lauren.
for that.
Lauren, there's a life outside Pokemon. You should tell some of your members that.
No, but he's great. He's great, and now
Link is great.
he's going into his PhD, so
So here
it'll
for
be
a
a
while
little
yet.
less about Pokemon and more about life. But
Yeah,
anyway,
Link was a great player last year. He did do quite well in the Ultra Sun Ultra Moon division. This year he's going to be playing in doubles, and I'm excited to see how he'll play. I played him once in doubles and I lost, so there's a lot of potential there.
agreed.
Yeah.
So yeah, moving on. Mowgli Moon. He is, well, we meme a lot about how he starts the matchup. But he has fun with it. He gets into the game. And this year he thought he'd try something different, and he's trying Little Cup.
Nice.
With a lot of support from Wakanda Knuckles in the background, like thinking about the teams, and I'm sure they'll be doing practice matches a lot.
Definitely. And there's nothing wrong with being a slow starter in this game. So long as you win the game, nothing really matters along the
Exactly.
way.
Yeah,
As
I
long
think
as you
he's excited.
don't create as long as you don't create an irreversible advantage in the first 5 turns, it's fine.
Absolutely. And then you've got 3 new
Yeah, and
players,
then we
don't you?
have Vicious Attack Hedgehog for BDSP. He has never actually played in a draft league before, but we've done little showdown tournaments like within KCL itself because we have quite a few players, and he did quite well. I think he came second when we were doing like a swish thing. So
That's
yeah, there's a
cool.
lot of potential there.
Awesome.
And we also have Timon, who's one of our subs, like giving him a lot of BDSP advice because he really enjoys it, and he has his own like YouTube channel where he does a lot about Showdown, and he used to mod for them.
He still does.
And he still does, and he writes stuff for Smogon. So I'm a
So
bit shy about
why
it.
isn't he your BDSP player?
So we had to play for spots because managing two teams would have been a lot, and in terms of availability, not all the players had as much availability as we'd like, and we don't want to put pressure on that. So we had to play for spots, and Vicious Attack Hedgehog beat Timon. So that's how that came about. But not to worry, Timon is very involved, and I'm sure they'll be doing practice matches too.
Just tell him to ease off the trash talk if he's not even playing. That's all I have to say about that issue.
Okay, you could say the same for yourself.
Never. You
I am
can't ease
playing,
up
though.
on trash talk. Trash
So
talk
that doesn't give you a
is
bite
there
for
for
trash talk.
everyone. Absolutely. I'm a sub.
Okay.
I will be doing trash talk
You are
just as
indeed a
much.
sub, yeah.
Thank you.
Anyway,
That's going to
and
get clipped.
then Bumrag. Oh my gosh, I could go on about Bumrag for so long. He is the winner of the London Draft League 21-22, and that was a huge event. Because his opponent was someone from Queen Mary, and they were undefeated, and we were like, oh, is Bumrag going to be able to do it? And he did, and it was a great moment. Like, I remember us all screaming in the UCL theatre. So yeah, he's cracked.
Indeed.
So I'm very excited to watch him play. And finally, 16 Gallet. He is the future KCL Pokemon Society president. We've just done handover. And when the signups came out, he was adamant that he wanted to do USOM. And then yeah, when he got the wheel pick, he was very, very excited about that.
Literally, first pick, literally. That's the best pick.
Definitely.
So yeah, I think we have a really good team, and we have a lot of supporters in KCL. And long story short, UCL's going down.
Are you
damn.
declaring a
I'm declaring
victory?
it now.
Because you're in the same group. Is that going to be
We
not just one win, but if you both happen to get to the playoffs, are you saying that's a sweep against MUCL right here, right now?
Yep.
I
I'll
like
take
the
it,
confidence.
100%. My team will win.
That's if they get to playoffs.
Oh. Well, we'll hope for the best for you. Thank you very much for joining us. You've been a blast.
You've been a blast, yes.
We shall speak to you in the future.
I'll see you next week, John.
Oh, yes. You're allowed to come to Hong Kong, don't worry. There's only 1 week quarantine.
Yeah, I'll just come over.
This game is international, so is the trash talk. Thank you very much. We'll see you. Have a good one.
See.
All right. I think next up.
Can we keep Lauren in for my part? Can we keep Lauren here for my part as well? I don't mind.
We can do, I think. Yeah. I mean, I'll turn her off of server mute again. Do you want to stay for MUCLs for a bit more trash talk?
Yeah, okay.
Well, I'll address the captain proper. I'll address you to start off with. Same logo as last year. The Kingdras have got one up on you, haven't they?
Not really. I think our logo is very well designed, and we didn't need to upgrade it to assert dominance on people. We asserted our dominance through our play on the Pokemon arena.
To be
by
fair,
winning.
you did win the last the last competition. So maybe that logo will be a lucky charm for you going through. What does it take to win this thing? Is it consistency? Is it just strength in individual members? What brought you through
It takes
to the win?
It takes a very cracked Newsom player to go completely undefeated and be a guaranteed win every single week. That's what it takes.
Yeah, you can't ignore the success of Altaina. That is for sure.
That is
Yes.
definitely for sure. He came. They came third in the overall placement. That was with 6 wins, 0 losses, an overall differential of plus 25, which is massive. The second in the league in total, I believe, only behind one of your Vikavolt players, and
I think it's Joe. Yeah.
Yep, it's Joe, and also one of the Hull players who played an extra game. So, are they here again? I don't believe so.
Altina, unfortunately, has gone into a Unite spiral, so he will not be joining us in our team this year, but he will be advising us throughout the way.
Okay, so
And
you've
we're
still
blessed
got
to
the
have his
expert in
advice.
the back.
Yep, we do. And we drafted basically the same team in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, so everything's fine.
And let's not forget
Trauma,
about
trauma.
Sai, who came 9th last year, only the 1 loss.
Mm-hmm.
Sai's not with you
Yes.
either.
Sai last year was a St. Andrews alumni, and he just came to us on as a free agent. And unfortunately, he is not with us this year. I was surprised to not see him on St. Andrews Anarifs, but obviously they have a very strong team as well. So, well, Sai's gone, Altina's gone, but I think we're gonna do just as good this year.
Okay. Strong words. Will you...
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you've got the wonderful knowledge in the back with the fact that every team that you're coming up against in your group, you got to win over. Not every team as in, every single team, because obviously we have some newcomers, but every team that you faced last year, you didn't even come first in your group.
We lost against York. Yeah.
Yeah, you did. I probably helped build for something, so yeah, you did.
We
but everything
lost the
else,
battle, we won the war.
No need to rub it in, apart from you kind of do. Alas.
But yeah, I'll go over our new members, our old members this year. Number 1, we have Stara in BDSP. Stara was our Sword Shield 2 player last year, and he's coming back stronger. Like, BDSP is a weird format, but I think he's already adapted quite well to it, and we're gonna see how the draft progresses. Given BDSP Xerneas is literally one of the slowest drafts ever, so we'll see how that progresses. But I think our direction for the BDSP draft is going well.
Okay.
And then the other repeating player is, of course, myself. I'm doing LC again, and
best
we'll
format,
see how
absolutely.
LC goes. Sorry?
Best format. You've got the best format in
best
there.
Format, 100% the best format.
Yeah. Bit rude taking the best format for the captain, but hey, I'm
True.
I'm just on the outside looking in. It could be something completely different, It could be everyone
True, but
doesn't like LC in UCL, and they'd
but
be wrong.
Casey put Mowgli there, so I think I'm fine.
Wow. Okay.
Shots fired.
No, it's okay, John. We know not to underestimate you. I hope you don't underestimate us.
We're not underestimating you, of course not. Then we'll go over our new players. We have Lord Rob, who's a very potent draft player, actually. He is an alumni, but I think from what I've seen of him, he's a very, very potent draft player. So I'm excited to see how he performs this year.
Okay.
Then we've got Heaven's Light in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon with basically the exact same draft that we had last year. And we know how well that went for us. So we're hoping to repeat our antics from last year.
Definitely.
In Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon.
Although now that you've revealed it, maybe people will start trying to give it a bit of an eye, try to start sniping some things.
Oh, don't worry, we're
I
watching
mean, no,
all the previous games.
we've already got everything we needed, man. I'll say that much. Anyways, and then for doubles we have Isabel, a veteran VGC player, and excited to see how she transfers those skills from doubles into from a VGC into a doubles draft.
Yeah, that experience
of course,
is going to be vital for a lot of people this year.
Especially considering, we have quite a strong team this year, and we're going for the title as per the usual.
Going for the double.
Oh, good luck with
We
that.
are going for the double. Oh, we won't need it. Don't worry.
Okay, I'll take it back then.
I love the rivalry. I don't care if you don't say it's a rivalry. It's a wonderful rivalry.
I mean, it's a bit one-sided, but yeah, sure.
Yeah, whose side are you on?
Everyone's.
winning
I'm on
side.
everyone's. Okay, I have to be incredibly neutral to absolutely everyone except for York. Wait, I mean, I have to be absolutely neutral for absolutely everyone. Unless I get bribed. I mean, I have to be absolutely neutral towards
So,
absolutely
Dom, check the
everyone.
M's yet?
Check the what, sorry?
No, we'll talk about it later. Yeah, I mean, I'm not being bribed at all. There's nothing happening in the
Which
DMs.
check do you want me to check, Larry?
None. No, don't worry. You can't see any of the bribes. I mean, you can't see any bribes. You would never be able to see any bribes because none happen.
Of course, they don't exist.
Nope, bribes do not exist in this here league. Absolutely not.
Okay.
Tell
Let's
us a
move
bit
on
more
to,
about like.
Oh, okay, go for it.
Yeah, tell us a bit more about what you think that recipe towards winning the whole thing is, because you didn't win all of your games all along. Like you said, you lost to York, but then you steamrolled through the playoffs. Are you the kind of team who know that the be all and end all isn't in the league? Do you put all of your eggs into the playoffs basket? Are you trying to be consistent all the way through? What's the thought process as you go along the weeks of this league?
I would like to say that we do have to thank a lot of people for helping us prepare our finals matchup last year as well. That was very helpful. Thank you to KCL especially, actually, and Alex from Oxford for helping us in our finals matchup. So that help was like very, very important for us to be able to win. And but I guess we don't really have a strategy. We just go in, play, have fun as a team, and win. It's really that simple.
Okay.
There is not much strategy to it.
You just gotta try do a win.
Yep.
Sometimes it's as simple as that. Very much understood. Okay. I'm still trying to remember that thing that I was gonna say earlier, and it's completely gone out of my head. I really wish I'd remembered, because I know it was something important. Fully was. It was something that I was supposed to, talk about. Oh, I know what I was supposed to talk about. We've got 5 minutes, so I might as well start teasing people in the chat.
I don't think we do have that much time, because the time's quite tight, and it takes more than 5 minutes per person.
Oh, definitely. So. But we can give a little bit of a tease to people.
Go for it.
In that we have something coming at the end of all of these interviews today. Something very special. I'm not revealing what it is, but it's taken a lot of hard work by a particular individual. In fact, it's taken multiple weeks of conception. And hopefully, a lot of people... Smash Bros. Reveal. That one got me. No. No, there's no new DLC for Smash Bros. Confirmed. But it is something very exciting, and I can't wait to bring in the person to tell you all about it. But that will be at the end of this show.
Yep. And next up, we have the captain of the Oxford Artillery, who came in, who also got to the semifinals last year. And now we bring you SF, otherwise known as Sam.
Absolutely. I'm gonna get rid of Lauren
Get
though.
rid of his server mute.
So,
Yes.
See you, Lauren.
Bye.
Bye, the
Thank you,
queen.
Lauren.
And get rid of the server mute for SF. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Sorry, I'm flicking around trying to get the right team up. Because Brain hurt Oxford Octillery.
Oh yeah,
Is-
the last couple of days has been endless flicking through spreadsheets.
It really has. There we go.
Yep.
This is flicking through the scenes on OBS, trying to get the right logo in. Oxford Octillery. Okay, I need something properly. I need to be bashed on the head with this. Okay.
Okay.
Is it Oxford Octillery, or is it Oxford Oxtillery? I need to know. I've been told both. I have both in my data.
I'm not sure it ever had an official pronunciation meeting.
Well, more so because some of the spellings I have it as Octillery, and others I have it as an OX-tillery.
Oh, it should be OX. Yes, OX is how it's officially spelled.
Okay, I'm gonna change everything that all the docs have as soon as this thing's over, because I constantly, I'm not sure. Is it Octillery, Oxtillery? And it's another pronunciation thing that I'm putting into the stream.
When we came up with the word, it was like Octillery, but an X. So sometimes I say Octillery, sometimes I say Oxtillery. Probably I'd incline to say Oxtillery, just to emphasise the Oxford and compared to regular Octillery, but...
Well, that Octillery is definitely learned. That is a learned
Yes.
Octillery. Got the little gown, has graduated. Are they even allowed to be on the team? Have you got too many alumni in the squad to be able to fit the Octillery on?
Oh, I hope not. Yeah, we have one alumni on our team, and we have one on the Goons, so I think it still balances out.
A nice even spread. I think you were Octillery last year, and now you've changed it to Oxtillery. It's confusing. Anyway.
Same spelling.
Yeah.
It's the same logo.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's true. That it is the exact same. I'm changing it right now. There's an X in my spreadsheet. Here's a rename. There's another X in my spreadsheet.
Is there C on the Discord? Oh no.
It says C everywhere apart from the logo.
Oh, maybe it's...
Okay.
I don't know.
Someone else will have to change that one.
It's me in spelling. It's not a good combination.
It's fine. I'm sure it will all go well in the end, because last year went rather well.
Yes, it did.
Semi-finals, you had 5 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss in the groups in the regular season. That was second overall in Xerneas. And the 2 teams that you've got in your group that you went up against last year, you've got 1 win and 1 draw out of all of them. Not to mention, you had the 4th and the 5th best players in overall. This is out of 60, by the way, for people who weren't with us last year. The placement this year will be out of, 21 times 5? 105, yeah.
A big number.
105.
You were, in fact, 5th overall.
Yeah.
With that crazy transaction midway through the season. Were you the one? You were, right? Or was
Glick, Ultra Glick's
No,
made
that
some
was
crazy
Ultra-
moves
that-
this season.
that was Ultra Click.
I think the only change I made, I think towards the end, I dropped Stoutland for Golbat. Neither ever came, so... I dropped one Badmon for another Badmon, but yeah. No, last year was really good, actually. Really good fun. Really enjoyed it. Team was great. I mean, you mentioned the Octillery's performance last year. Most of last year's Octillery team are now in the Goons this year, as it turns out. So I'm kind of the last Octillery standing. But no, I think this year's team, it'll be good fun. I'm confident we're going to do well. I think the draft so far have come along really nicely. So yeah, I'm looking forward to a successful season. And just a lot of fun, to be honest. It's so much fun last year. Probably the most fun thing I did last summer. So yeah, looking forward to another great season.
Well, it was a really strong showing, but also you kind of grinded out a lot of wins. You had only 9 plus 9 differential from those
That's-
6
yes.
wins.
That's because the first 4 or 5 weeks I won all the games 2-0. Week after goes 2-0, 2-0, 2-0, 2-0. Like, what? How am I doing this?
Had to break the curse at some point. It
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah, I think I managed to 4-0 one week and then lost 5-0 last week of regular season.
Yeah,
That's what happened. If you didn't respect Mega Absol.
definitely. But you did get to the semis last year.
Yes.
You went up against Hull in the quarters. You're not up against either of those that, happen in the playoffs. You've kind of got a league where you don't know that much about your opponents.
No, because I haven't looked that closely who's even in our league, to be honest. But yeah, it's all changed this year. The Goons are going to have to get revenge against the Camera-Ups, and also, I think they're in the same group as MUCL, so they're going to have to try and deal with...
Mucial,
They are
no,
not. You
you're
are with
us.
Musia.
Oh, I'm with you. Oh, great.
You're with us. You're with us.
No. Nah, we've
Not
got
much revenge
this.
yet, mate.
We've got this. Yeah. But yeah, it's what it is. Kind of got to play what's against us and give it our best shot.
Absolutely. Are you looking for something up there, or are you sort of tempering expectations for now?
In terms of league performance, I mean, I'd love to do what we did last year. We haven't got more people and quite a few. We weren't that particularly experienced last year, but quite a few people new to draft this year. So, see how it goes. But I'm confident. I mean, lovely to get up the top again. I'm confident we have a good shot at any. I think we have a really good chance, especially because we have 2 teams. We have a lot of people who can kind of exchange ideas and test against each other. So we have quite a large amount of brain power in terms of people. So
That team
I'm
dynamic.
hopeful. I'm confident we can. I didn't have particularly high hopes going to last season, and it went great. So who knows? I'm good. I'm thinking it's going to go well. But I don't want to overhype us in case it doesn't go well.
Definitely. And that team dynamic working well for you at the start of this year, even though you do have a lot of changes.
Yeah, no, I mean the 4 people who were in the team last year are all still here, just spread out. But then a bunch of new recruits, but they all seem to handle themselves really well. People going drafting great teams. Sky in particular, I think their first 3 is bonkers. I mean, try to find a better FDS core than that. So yeah, I think yeah.
Who has a good? Wait, who's? Let me take a look at this.
Yeah, I'm
The
scrolling
Goons
Goons,
through.
that
are-
is.
The
They've
Goons.
got
Oxford,
they've got
Oxford.
Coco, Heatran,
Heatran
Latios, I think.
Oh wait.
Quite strong.
For Scar, for Mobilo for the Goons.
Oh, for the Goons.
Yeah.
For the Goons.
For the rest of the October,
Coco,
not
Heatran,
many have had to be
Latios.
that many picks yet. Xerneas has been relatively slow, but I'm liking what I'm seeing so far.
Definitely.
So yeah.
Some very strong ones in there. Thank you very much for having a chat with us. We wish
Yeah.
you the best of luck as you go along.
We wish you the best of luck.
Thank you. Best of luck to your teams as well.
Thank you. Have
Thank
a
you.
lovely evening. Yes, it's late enough to say have a lovely evening.
It is late enough to say it.
Let's move straight on to the
The
Chambliers. It's
Hello, Sloth.
Chambliers. Yes, Sloth, the captain.
hello.
Hello. I have not got any, affection towards any York teams whatsoever. I'm definitely not a York alumni.
Yeah, I don't know why that would
I
be.
don't even know who you are.
Yeah, who are you, Dom?
It's
I've never
fine.
met you in my
I
life.
hate.
Wait, how
it's
do
fine.
how
I
do you
hate
know
the
my
shit out of
name?
York.
How did you
It's
you
fine.
know?
It's fine. If there's any bias
knows?
towards York, it'll come from me because I hate York.
Oh, that's just rude.
That's very sad. We have the Shambles because
Okay, yeah.
the Shamblers inspired
clearly
by
wanna
the
explain?
Shambles.
Anyone who doesn't
Do you
understand
want-
the name, because apparently some people don't, it's because there's a street called the Shambles in York.
Yeah, based off it's
What
it's
does,
what
it does fit. There is
it
a
does.
reason.
It's what Diagon Alley is based off of, and a lot of other sort of rickety old streets will have inspiration from it. It's a very nice street, apart from the fact that if you want to walk flat on it, because it has a lot of up and down. What are they called? Like
It's cobbled.
cobbled. That's the one. I don't like cobbled roads because they're uneven.
Bit bumpy, and it's always
Yeah.
extremely busy. So
But there is a shop that has 2 doggos in. They're adorable. I don't know their names, but they are very nice. They are friendly dogs. They sell tea. They sell tea in that shop.
This sounds lovely if we ever do go to York. Maybe we can
Absolutely.
go to York if you win it this year. But
Oh, definitely. Hope for future
Yeah.
in-person
Definitely in the cards.
events. Yeah.
But yeah, let's talk about your current team, which I would say is more like the Eureka votes from last year than the Eureka votes themselves.
Absolutely, Chamberlain being the York B team this year. you've taken pretty much everyone apart from BDSP and Little Carb.
Yeah.
Short and sweet. Yep, I love it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. Do you want to introduce some of your members?
so well, as you'll already know, we've got Lewis fusing Pegasus. He's a strong member of our.
The resident
Everyone loves him.
Galarian Moltres cult. Yep.
Him
He
and
came
Galarian
8th
Moltres.
last year. 5 wins, 1 loss, 15 differential. A very strong top 10 player. Once
And
again,
then we've
playing
got-
Sword and Shield, isn't he?
We've got Matt as well.
Absolutely.
Mr. Quirky Quapper. He's a risen draft expert. He knows way more than me, so
He is our expert, but he only came mid-table last year, 26th. Are we wanting obvious improvement? Oh, that sounds mean. But I know
sounds
him.
really
he
mean, yes.
he knows that
pick it up.
I have great faith in him, so I want him to do well. I mean, I don't want him. I mean, there's no bias. There's no bias at all.
Yeah, I mean, I think he can do some cool things. He seems confident with his team.
Definitely.
I mean, he was last year as well. I will say that much. I remember
I
him
mean,
saying
maybe
about
he's
it.
learned from any mistakes he had.
Hopefully.
Hopefully,
Then you've also got Joe, who
Got
came
Joe.
second last year.
Joe is just
yeah.
cracked.
Mhm.
He really is.
I agree.
But
I
playing
agree.
a different format this year. He is playing
Yeah,
in
he's
doubles.
taking over doubles, which I mean, he says he knows nothing about it, but he clearly knows way more than anyone else.
He clearly knows. Yeah, he has a very strong core right now.
Yeah.
He's just got good
Incredibly
knowledge of
frustrating.
the general game, which I guess just
Mhm.
transfers over to everything.
And he had the best record sort of by game because someone got an extra win on him, but he didn't play that extra game. Do you think he can perform at the same level with doubles?
I mean, I think he can. He's definitely got a lot of thoughts. He's been discussing a lot of stuff, and he seems to know what he's doing, know what he wants, which is more than I can say for myself. I've been just trying to follow along, work out.
I
mean,
haven't been
you-
helping.
Interesting.
You're very very competent LC player. I will have to say, like the games that you gave me a lot of trouble, like in DLB.
I mean, I'm just trying my best. Now. I don't know. I mean, for my team, this in this tour, I'm quite happy with my Volibee that I somehow managed to get in the 4th pick.
Yeah, it was quite a. You never know what's going to happen in draft, do you? Sometimes the picks you
that's true.
expect to go just don't. And then you have another new player in the Great Gatley playing BDSP
Yeah.
for you, I believe.
I think he said this is his first draft, but I'm sure that he'll do some cool things. He's got all of our other team members to help support, and he seems to have a good, strong team, good core at the moment. Got
Yep.
his Magnezone and his Latios.
Yeah, should be very nice.
The classic drag mag core.
Yeah.
A bit weaker because fairies exist, but it's still drag mag.
With this being 3/5, kind of 3/4, I suppose, because there were only 4 formats last year. You're basically 3. However you say that, you've got 3 of your members from last year. Are you expecting a performance similar to how your Vikavolt did last year, or have we got something a different kind of dynamic going on this year?
Well, I'm going to be honest. Since I didn't participate last year, I'm not completely sure how well we did.
Well, the Shamblers
you
didn't
guys came
do
first.
anything, but
Yeah.
your Vikavolts came first. I believe they won all of the games in the group stage.
Yep, they did. No,
No, they had
lost
one
against,
bye.
They lost
didn't
against Sheffield. They lost against Sheffield.
Oh, okay.
Alright, well, obviously we're going to do all that again, obviously. I expect nothing less.
But you did go out, your Vikavolts went out in the quarterfinals. It was a bit of a shock. People were not expecting it. Sorry, Camerupt. But
I mean, I guess looking at the team matchups, you were expecting it, but you know.
Are you
Like,
trying
the teams
to go?
just don't match up well.
Yeah, but are you going one stage further? Are you going to the finals? What are you wanting out of this year?
Well, I'd hope that we can at least try and match what happened last year. Obviously, if we don't make it, that's fine, as long as we have fun. But I do think we can at least get the same positions, maybe get to playoffs still, and then hopefully win. Obviously, that's what I want. But...
Yeah, and you do have the Camerupt in your. Oh wait, no, you don't. The other team does. Haha.
Oh, nice.
They can get revenge. You can't get any revenge. None of your players will be able to unless they meet them in the playoffs. You have this clean slate, new team name, new lovely logo, which I realise I have not at all updated to go to the Shamblers. One sec, let's show everyone your lovely, the lovely logo.
Yeah, made by Red Rouge.
Absolutely. And it should, hopefully. I mean, wait, no, it won't hopefully be as strong. How do I be neutral? I've forgotten entirely how to be neutral. I hope you have a good year. Let's not
It's
lie.
fine. I can balance out your bias with an extreme hatred.
I hope you win it all. Unless
I don't.
I help Failius with his team building more than I help you. In which case, I hope that they win because I want to be part of it. I'm not a substitute for your team. I'm a substitute for the other team, I think. Wait, no. Wait. Which am I a sub for?
One of them.
I'm a sub for one of the teams. No, I am a sub for your team. I want us to do incredibly well. Wait. This is confusing. Either way, thank you for joining us. Sorry that was so
Thank you for joining us.
chaotic.
Thank you for having me.
And hopefully, if I click onto here...
Good luck for the
Yes.
rest of the tourney.
Absolutely, good luck. And we shall move on now to the Sheffield subs with Guo.
Your captain, Guo.
Their captain Guo. Am I
Hello.
pronouncing it right? Is it Guo? Is it Jiwo?
It's Guo.
Okay.
Sheffield subs.
Sheffield subs are, I believe, I made sure to ask this a while back now, actually. You are the sort of rebrand of Sheffield Smemes because we had 2 Sheffield teams last year. You've brought that down to 1 team this year. Does that mean we are getting the best of the best of the best of Sheffield this year? All condensed into
yeah.
1?
Yeah, I'd like to say so. I hope that we've got sort of the best of both teams here.
Mm-hmm.
You yourself did fairly well last year, if I'm not mistaken. I don't actually have your data. I'm going to look up your data very quickly.
He was Guo was Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, right? Oh, no, Switch 2.
No, I was Swish 2.
Switch 2, yeah.
I literally just clicked on the exact same document that I had open because very clever me. Let's have a look at the standings from last year. Yeah, load, please. There we go. Standings. Yeah, I think you did. Well, you came sixth. You came sixth overall in the regular season. You were you were the third down from people who had taken one loss. 18 differential. Are you leading your team to glory this year?
Hopefully, yeah. Hopefully we'll be getting a better result this year, and hopefully if we get into playoffs, they'll go a little bit better this year as well.
Definitely. You unfortunately went out at the quarterfinal stage to the KCL Kingdras, who you happen to have in your league this year. Are you looking forward to getting a little bit of sweet revenge, perhaps?
Yeah, hopefully. It would be quite nice to beat them this time round.
Very nice. You've also got, it's a bit of a mixed bag, really. You've got the two teams that you drew with last year, because you went 5 wins, 2 draws, no losses. But both of those teams that you drew with in the league, you've got them again. Zigzagoons and Octillery. Oxtillery, we've learnt, actually. Is it going to be a bit sort of...
Yeah,
are they
I
grudge
think they'll be a
matches?
bit. I think they will be. I think there might be a little bit of beef there, but we'll see if we can definitely win them this time.
I've just remembered to do the update logo. Thank you. Completely forgot, chap. So very sorry. Went to look at the stats. Forgot about the stream for a mo. You've got one of your substitutes from last year, I believe. In fact, 2 of your subs from last year's SMEMs moving up to the roster this year with Mullock and Lord Smork. Lord Smork, both of those heading up to play their own format this year. Are you hoping for big things from them?
Mullock was a part of Calder Sheffield team last year, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was a sub for SMEMS, and he was a Little Cup player for Calder Sheffield.
Oh.
Yep.
I didn't know
that. I would love the opportunity to beat him again.
We'll see if that happens this year.
We did go 1-1, so I'm looking forward to break the tiebreak with him this year.
Very
for sure.
Nice. Okay. You came first in the league last year and then dropped out. Are you looking for first in the league and then, getting to a further stage in those playoffs?
Yeah, I think so. I think both of us, both Smemes and Calder Sheffield team both had a bit of a nightmare in first round of playoffs. I certainly remember getting what's that? Magic coated turn 1.
Right, yes, the magic coat.
I do. That rings a bell. Yeah.
But it's definitely. I think we want to aim to get back into playoffs and then see if we can go a little bit further.
Awesome. I hope that everything looks up for the Sheffield subs this time round, unless you come across any of the York teams. But thank you very much for joining us.
No bias there, no bias.
No, I've given up. I've given up on the no bias. It's useless. I love York too much. Thank you very much.
I'm sure if we get York, we can beat them again.
Never. No, don't do it. Wait, again? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we did. No, don't.
Yeah, that
don't
was
win.
your loss. Yeah.
Yeah. It's fine. We'll be fine.
The +2 differential loss. Holy shit.
Yeah, that was an interesting one.
Hey ho. It is what it is. But we will move on now, I believe, to
Mm-hmm.
the
Sussex.
Sussex. Yes, I'm gonna remember immediately to do the logo this time. To get the Sussex logo.
And
up
it was nice having you, Glo, and we wish you good luck.
Absolutely.
And he's muted. You said we're muted him. Okay.
Yes. Hello, we have Nelson here from.
Hi, Nelson.
Oh, hello.
Sussex.
Long time no see, Reels. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. Long time no see, man. How are you doing, mate?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. We're making a stand this year. No last place like last year. I'm not having it.
You've
course,
beaten
of
me
course,
to the
of course.
punch. At this point, I should let people know that you are not. Oh wait, no, you are in Xerneas. Someone's moved around things in my dock. I can't believe this. There we go. It's okay. Everything's fine. You are in Xerneas. I'll need to talk about that for the next people who come on. But you did have that last place. Are you looking for 6th place? Not 6th place. Are you looking for how many are in your group? Are you looking for 9th place this year, or are you?
If we don't come last, I will count this as a personal dub, personally. But I don't think the rest of the unis are ready for the lineup that Sussex have got. As the resident Sussy backers, no one is ready for us this year.
Oh God.
You don't have much overlap with your team last year. You had 2 Sussex Sharpedos teams. One of them was shiny, very, very shiny indeed. Some of the players have come over from there, I believe, but none from the original Sussex Sharpedos, I don't think.
No, so I think the most notable player that's missing is the some might know the legendary Joe Kimbo that represented us last year.
Yes. The
yeah.
legendary, the legend himself.
I think some people are going to be very happy to hear that he's not playing. He decided to step back and help coach out the rest of the players. We've still got Space Croc Kieran, your mighty man himself, but we have Mad this year. The man is not human. I swear to God. He destroyed Joe. He destroyed Kieran. This is because he joined this year, and we were like, oh,
Wait,
this is
what are we
cool. We've got
talking about?
Sodo or Mad.
Sodo. Ooh.
Sodo.
Uh-huh.
He
Playing BDSP.
So Reels will know that PokeSock has their own in-house draft league every semester. He's joined the latest one, and he has absolutely railed every single one of us. And he's gonna make a mark in this league. I can promise that much.
Can he even lead you to playoffs potentially?
He will carry us all on his back if he has to. No, I have a lot of hope in this team because last year we had that mentality of, it was the first IUPS draft league. We'll go in, have a bit of fun. But this year we've decided to take it a tad more seriously. We've got some teams going. We've got some strats. It's gonna be a good year for Sussex.
Very nice. I expect that you're still looking for that kind of have fun mentality, but with that edge, that slight competitive edge.
We're not touching grass until we win this league kind of thing. But yeah, everyone's vibing. Everyone is vibing.
That is wonderful to hear. More competition means everything
Exactly.
will be way more fruity as we go through. And you do have some grudges to settle this year. You've got Oxford Octillery in your Oxtillery. I'll get it right one day. In your group this year, who you happen to lose to, and your draw from last year. You got 1 win and 1 draw. One of your draws as for Sheffield. You get to go up against them again. Are you looking forward to the sweet taste of potential victory out of those two?
I'm really looking forward to play Oxford 100%. Last year I definitely underestimated them. I kind of looked at I just didn't know the players, so I was sort of sat there like, no, we'll take it as it comes. I wouldn't be too scared. And then they showed us why we should have been absolutely petrified. And then, but I'm also excited to play, KCL. Me and Lorraine go a bit of a way now. I was with her when she first made ACL, so it'll be nice to give them their loss again.
Wonderful.
Of course.
Love to hear
Wonderful,
it.
wonderful.
Okay, thank you very much for joining us this
Thank you so
afternoon.
much.
We hope that you get off of the bottom of that table and you slam some other team right down into the...
Oh, you will see us rising. We are making a mark.
You are the Phoenix this year.
We are the Phoenix. The sussy backers will rise again.
All right. Have a lovely afternoon. Thank you for talking
Have a
to
lovely
us.
afternoon.
Good
Thank
luck.
you. You guys too. Enjoy.
Thank you. And we will move swiftly on to the one team this afternoon who is not in the Xerneas. Yes, they're not in the Xerneas League. They're, of course, in the Yveltal League because, timings are difficult for some people. Sometimes it's, 2 days worth. We gave the option for both. We will be bringing in Takua from
Hello.
LSE.
Indeed.
He's from London, so expect the trash talk to come back.
Absolutely, all you fake London unis
So,
going at each other beforehand.
Yeah, true. How ready are you to hand us the win this year?
I mean, you think you're gonna win? I mean, we weren't here last year, so you didn't have to compete with us. Now you have to deal with the real London uni.
Ooh.
We did that in LBL, and I think that turned out pretty well for us.
I love all. London is so trash talk.
Okay. Yes.
You've got a new logo this year. Well, of course you've got a new logo because you're new to the league. It's very nice. You've got a cute little Levy there.
Yeah, we got CEO Evie there, ready to school everyone, and yeah.
Got some money in the bank.
Do you want to explain some of the other names that you went through?
Oh yeah, fun fact for all the chatters out there. So we decided to do a democratic vote to make sure we get the best name for our team that we possibly could. Okay, so we had a selection.
Okay.
We put it to the polls. Always put it to the people. Okay?
Yeah.
And it ended up coming down to a tiebreaker.
Ooh.
We had two extremely excellent names. Of course, the one that won was LSEV, and the other one, which unfortunately lost, was the Lopenny Sex Enjoyers.
I think for just for good old streaming, I think I'm glad that LSEV won. Just personally, I think I'd have been much more awkward saying the other.
Yes, it would be a lot more awkward. I would just abbreviate to LSE.
It would have been hilarious, but I would have had to say it multiple times along a 13 week season, and I don't think I would have enjoyed that.
Yeah, well, life happens.
Life does happen. Shall we talk about your team a little bit? Because we can't. Honestly, you're away from all of the London teams apart from Imperial in Yveltal. You're kind of a bit far away from those battles, so hopefully you'll get to meet them in the playoffs. Top 4 teams from each league, I believe, go into the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
But let's talk about the team a little. You're on doubles.
Indeed.
Mm-hmm.
Are you coming from some VGC experience with that? Are you on your first competitive rounds? What's the dealio?
Look, I might not be the most experienced VGC player, but I do have a little bit. To be honest, mostly we just had to make sure that we had everybody on a format they're comfortable with, and nobody else is comfortable with doubles except me. So, because that's what happens. And to be honest, I wanted to avoid BDSP and Usum because they're terrible meta games. So I'm pretty happy with that.
BDSP, I agree with you.
And
I'll agree with you on BDSP.
with recent events in Little Cup, I don't think that would have been a very good idea either. So, pretty happy with the way that worked out.
You're a very competent Little Cup player. Like, I will say that much. Though.
Yeah, but a little bit of a choker.
Just a little. Don't worry.
Yeah.
We you have Tom around. It's fine.
Hey ho. The team
Like
dynamic.
I want to take shots.
No, go for it. Go for
I
it.
want to take shots at people who aren't here. But whatever.
you really are firing them out.
Like I'm so tempted to just fire shots at people who aren't even in this call. Like, but it's fine.
No, don't do it. Don't be rebellious like that. But
Yes.
you've got... It's a new team coming in. There are plenty of new teams coming in, but how is your team dynamic going on?
Okay, so to be honest, we did kind of gather the scraps together to make this in the end. But we are all strong players. We just don't necessarily have the biggest community of draft / Pokemon enjoyers in a competitive sense. So not much to pick from.
Yeah.
For those of you that know, you know. I'm not going to go into that, but there we go. So we have everyone. I mean, it's hard to say because I haven't really seen most of us play. I've seen some of us play, and I can confirm that those that I have seen play are pretty good at playing competitive Pokemon. However, that is 2 people, so the other 2 are unknowns.
Okay. Does that mean you're aiming high, or are you just wanting to get settled in the league?
I mean, we are here to win at the end of the day, but yeah. I don't necessarily have as much of a gauge about how strong we can set narratives for. But yeah.
All right. Hopefully, that sort of... the confidence can give a bit of a rise through the competition as the weeks go on, as you start to learn the tiers and get through all of those games. There's
I'm aware
a
that
long
we are
season ahead.
pretty comfortable with our particular tiers because that's the one thing that we didn't shore ourselves on. I just don't know, literally from not having seen people play. That's literally it.
Yeah, absolutely.
If I have no sort of results-based analysis for you.
Okay.
I'm sure you guys will do well though. On a serious note.
Yeah, the London teams need to be competitive together, so
Indeed.
that we can have
Of
more
course.
trash talk. All right, thank
What
you
is
very
life without trash talk?
Absolutely. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you very
for our
much,
chat.
Takwa.
Thank you for having us.
You are our last captain that we've spoken to, and so we will quickly... well, not so quickly. I want to tease people more because we have something special. It's the same something special that I was talking about earlier. Coming to talk to us about that something special is Ben. I'm gonna serve a unmute, quickly edit a thing, and then, I mean, you're talking. There we go, and then...
yeah, am I alright?
Yeah, and then I can quickly edit this to show because for some reason OBS
for
is
some
evil.
context. For some context,
exactly.
Ben is the whole doubles player, and he has some very exciting developments he wants to bring to the doubles draft.
And
yes.
you can see that
Specific.
being typed out in the stream, hopefully.
Yeah, so there's been some teasing with regards to some super secret double stuff in the past week. And I'm here now to announce that that super secret double stuff is going to be a fantasy league. So essentially what a fantasy league is it's kind of a mini league that will go alongside of the main draft. And it's a nice little league where you don't have the stress of having to build teams and battle teams. You can design your own team of Pokemon, as it were, and just enjoy the show. So for those who don't know how fantasy leagues work, whether it be fantasy sports league or if it's in this case it's a fantasy Pokemon league, you have a set budget. For this league, you have 1,000 points to buy Pokemon that people have drafted in the doubles format. And as those Pokemon do battles in the team tour, they earn you points. So here we see basically everything that's been drafted so far that I'm tabbing up that you can purchase with your points.
And
So
as
the
you'd
idea is
expect,
that
all the tier 1 to
yeah.
go in first.
Yeah. The idea is at the end of the 8 weeks, the person who's chosen the best roster, who's got the most points from the Pokemon performing, is the winner.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. There's a bunch of funky rules to all of this, including, being able to trade different numbers of Pokemon compared to the actual draft league itself. Plus, absolutely anyone can play this, can't they?
Yes, so it is open to literally everybody, as long as you're in the server, whether you're a spectator, or you're a substitute, or you're a player as well, whether it's a singles format or doubles format. All you need to be able to do, essentially, is put together a roster, pick some Pokemon that you think will do well, or Pokemon you like, or maybe you found an interesting meme team that you'd like to see how well it does. So all you have to do is to pick Pokemon and watch some games.
Absolutely. Do we have a limit on the number of people able to join this league?
So I'm currently doing 32 people limit for individual rosters. This is mainly as I'm unsure on how the demand will work. If there are more people than that, I am more than happy to let them team up and collaborate. So you could have your whole uni be part of one fantasy team if you'd like. And so it's just mainly 32 different rosters max at the moment, but
Absolutely.
we'll see how that goes.
You don't have to play individually. You can play. A whole team could have a fantasy draft involved. You could team up with people from different unis. Could be on your lonesome too.
Mm-hmm.
And let's talk about the point system. If
Yes.
I zoom in a little bit, hopefully, for people that... Oh, no, that's the exact opposite way that I needed to go. That's probably not very viewable on the stream itself. But we do have 3 different ways, in fact 4 different ways technically, of getting points, even if one of those ways is negative.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, so we mentioned earlier that your Pokemon earn points in battles. So anytime they do anything notable, whether that's KOs, winning games, they will get points. But also, there's an interesting mechanic I've added, which is specifically why this is aimed at the doubles metagame, is helping out a partner also awards points. And one of the reasons behind this is because when you look at the MVP list, it only shows you the Pokemon that have been getting all the kills. It doesn't show you all the things going on behind the scenes. It doesn't show the work that all the other Pokemon do, so that your big sweeper can get all the glory, essentially. And so the idea with the assists is that just by helping out, it's putting a spotlight on Pokemon that don't normally get appreciated so much.
Yeah, especially in the sort of MVP race that sometimes happens in different draft leagues. You've always got the killers.
Yeah.
But yeah, your Whimsicots and your, I suppose, Incineroar to some extent, the Pokemon that give that little bit of assistance.
Do all the dirty work.
The dirty work, exactly.
Yeah, essentially, yeah. And I think it would be it's an interesting way to just show off a Pokemon's real potential.
Absolutely. And you can also, I believe, switch things out and in as you go along. Plus, you can take things from any of the drafts, so long as they are drafted.
Yes, so any person in the team, so in the doubles specifically, that drafts Pokemon, either division is up for grabs, and any number of people can have that particular Pokemon. So there's been 2 Incineroar picks, so everyone can pick an Incineroar if they want to on their roster.
And that Incineroar won't get double the points, but it will get points from both of those leagues, won't it?
Yes.
Awesome.
So that does come with the caveat: if it performs well in one league and terrible in the other one, it may not look as good as a Pokemon that's just been in one league.
Yeah, that's part of the total risk of it all.
Mm-hmm.
And then in terms of trades, it's acting like a sort of a regular sports type fantasy league where if you're getting rid of something, you keep the points, but only from the time it was in your team. And if you get a Pokemon, you start gaining points from when it is in your team, not from beforehand.
That's right. And that's just to stop people on the last week trading for all of the best things so that they can win without doing anything.
Yeah, absolutely. So hopefully people will be able to have a ton of fun with all of that. How are we tracking this? How are people actually getting involved?
So, there should be a section that's reveal itself on the Discord, or will reveal itself shortly afterwards, after the stream.
It's revealed.
Right, it's already revealed, is it? So essentially,
It's revealed now. Yep.
Application, an application form in there. That's just basically to say you're interested and what your Discord name is. And then once all the drafting is done, everyone will get a role, and then I'll ping them basically with further updates to build their team.
Is it working similarly to... Well, I suppose it wouldn't have to for like order of drafting because anyone can draft any Pokemon.
Yeah, no.
So there's no time restriction.
The only restriction would be to submit before the first doubles game.
Absolutely.
Then you don't get an advantage by watching a game already.
Yeah. Awesome. That should be a ton of fun. Thank you very much for talking to us about it. Hopefully it's fun to run too.
It should be a lot of fun. I hope there's a lot of trash talking about Pokemon that are doing terribly.
Well, if you get a bunch of Londoners in there, as we've seen so far. And to anyone who decides to go for that, I hope you have tons of fun with that. Should be an absolute blast.
One thing I'm also hoping to do with this is essentially like a weekly roundup, almost, of the... Because different Pokemon will be rising and falling in the standings, it would be nice to basically have like an update on that and see how it works and I guess which players are performing the best.
Yeah, I suppose that brings me on to what we're doing in terms of these streams, because it is the official coverage, and that means that we're not just stopping with these two streams for the captains. No, not at all. We are continuing throughout each week. We're going to be doing a weekly roundup, hopefully, for basically tracking all of the different games. Not all of them, of course, but checking up on the leagues, seeing what the either noticeable or sort of, kind of the most important game of each division and each format is. We'll talk a little bit about each of those. And then if you'd like to join me for those weekly updates, we can have a Fantasy Draft League section of that to talk just a little bit about who is on top and what Pokemon are doing well.
That would be really nice.
Wonderful. Thank you for talking to us about your Fantasy Draft League. And thank you to all of the viewers who have been watching so far. Thank you to you, Reels, for coming on and helping me out, especially when I kept forgetting things. I still haven't remembered. Oh, wait, no, I did remember that thing that I forgot. I forgot that I remembered the thing that I forgot. That's good.
Okay.
What
was it?
I don't know. Completely forgot. No clue. No clue. It's gone completely over my head. If I remember and it's important enough to put in announcements, then I will. If it isn't, then I won't. But thank you to everyone who's been watching so far. Tomorrow we'll have the Yveltal team captains as well as the Xerneas captains that we've missed so far today, as well as a spicy section that I am calling What? That specifically you say it as an exclamation. It's WATT. It's called What? And I'm not revealing what it is because you're going to have to figure out what is by the time it rolls out. I'm sorry for your ears if I'm going way too loud on that. But it should be a lot of fun. And the draft will be reaching its end. Let's just see where we're at.
Well, reaching its end only applies to one division. Good job, Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, Xerneas.
Let's see where we're at as we finish off the stream. Let's see where each draft is looking. Let's go back up to the top. Bristol.
You can clearly see which teams are in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon Developmental and which teams are in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon.
We've got Swish. So Camerupts are in the Yveltal. So let's go over the Crawdons first. We've got 3 rounds in Swish, 6 rounds in USUM, 3 in doubles, 4 in Little Cup, and 3 in BDSP. It's looking more similar between the two now. The Yveltal League has 3 in BDSP, 3 in Sword and Shield, 4 rounds gone in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, 6 in doubles, and 3 in Little Cup. So hopefully we'll be sort of towards the latter third by tomorrow. But if not, there's no worries. Everyone has 8 hours to make their pick. And so that's how it is. Thank you everyone for joining. Yeah, go for it.
Well, before we all leave, may I reiterate one thing? LC supremacy.
Little Cup is the best. The best format. I don't disagree. There's no disagreement out of me. But thank you to everyone for joining us. Hopefully you'll all come along tomorrow and be with us then. Thank you for being with me, Reels, today, and we'll see you all tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
you